So today we are going to listen to a nice story. Okay. The title of the story is The River Came Home. So this is a short story from the book Growing Up in Pandupur. And these many of these stories are autobiographical in nature. Aditi and Chatura Rao, they are two sisters who lived in this place called Pandupur, and a lot of stories are set in this beautiful village of Pandupur. Now, The River Came Home is about a village which was situated near a river. And the protagonist of the story is Gopala. He used to play happily with his friends in this village. They used to go to school together and have a lot of fun together. They used to play together. They used to climb up the trees, and um, and they were happy in their small village. And like many of us, most of us, we do not want to leave our homes and go anywhere. Gopala and his friends also were happy where they were. They had no aspirations. They did not want to, they had no ambition of going and settling to a new place or going to a new school or anything like that. But sometimes, things that we do not want, such things happen to us. So there was a reason for it. Okay, there was some tragedy, and we told about that tragedy very late in the story. There's this tragedy where the entire village was displaced. That means all of them had to move from this one part of this place, Pandupur, to the other part. Okay, and the children had to move to the new place along with the families. Although the government had compensated them, and they were made to, they were given some amount of money to settle into a new place. They were easily given admissions in the school in the new place. Okay, but these children were not happy. The teachers also noticed that this bunch of new kids, they were not happy in the new school. They did not talk much. They did not celebrate the birthdays. They kept to themselves and talked in whispers, and they did not try to mix with anyone. But these children did not create a nuisance. So, although the teachers and everyone around them, they they wondered why these children are like this, but nobody knew, really did not try to understand why this has happened, or why these children are so sad. Or maybe they knew, but they did not try to do anything to take the children, to bring the children out of their shells and help them to participate more. Okay, see, children sometimes, or many times, most of the times, we've always gone through this experience one or the other time, that there's a new child in the class, and the child sits by himself or herself. They don't have many friends. But there are some children in the class who, they're different kind of children. Some will go and say, ma'am, I let him sit near me, I'll help him with the notebooks and all, and they're very cooperative. Some children are neutral. The other children try to gang up against the new child, and then they try to make fun of him or her. But then sometimes what happens is the new child becomes, after a few months, you'll see he's the best friend of one of these children. So all kinds of things happen. And it tells us that we have to, when we see somebody who are being, extraordinarily quiet or sad, we must try to, solve their problem, or at least be nice to them. See, sometimes some people are very private persons, like they will not share whatever is going wrong with them, or if there's something troubling them, they will not tell you, they will not share with you. But you do not have to feel bad about it. You have to say, okay, fine, doesn't matter, maybe he or she is not in the mood to share, but all we can, at least we can be kind to them. Okay, just be supportive and be ready to listen in case they have something to share. Okay, so there was one of the teachers, there was one teacher called Mani sir. Now Mani sir was a new teacher, and he used to notice these children, used to take a special interest in these children, and he also wondered why these children were so quiet, but he did not come to know the reason till sometime later. Now he also noticed that these children did not create any nuisance, they did not talk much, he did not have to stop them from talking or anything. But one day he noticed that these bunch of kids were extraordinarily chirpy, talking happily, and there was some kind of a excitement in this group of children who usually hung their head low, and they did not talk much with to each other also. Okay, leave alone the other kids. Now Mani sir told them to be quiet, and immediately these children were quiet again. Mani sir felt little, slightly embarrassed because of himself, because he felt bad, that for the first time I saw a glimpse of excitement on these children's faces, and I have shut them up. He felt bad also. Now these children were happy for a reason. And what was the reason? One of these children, one of these boys, his name was Anand. His mother had saved some money and given him that money to buy a toy. Okay, and he wanted a Beyblade for for himself. Now all his friends were excited because of this one Beyblade they were going to get. Anand was going to get. Now everyone was excited because of it. So in the evening, after the school was over, everyone went to the market to buy this toy. Now this toy shop was in the market. Sorry, pictures are not very clear. This seemed like a very good image, but it's not so clear. So this is actually the image of a toy shop. So these children happily go to the toy shop to buy the Beyblade, and the shop owner was Mr. Kirtan. Okay. Now Mr. Kirtan, there in that town, there were two major schools. Okay, one school was this Vidyashala, where Gopala and his friends studied. One was an English medium school, Stony Hill High School. Now this Stony Hill High School was the school where the children of the engineers used to study. So these children were very proud, snobbish children, and they did not like to mix with the children of the other school. Okay, they had a very high opinion of themselves, and they looked down upon the children from this Vidyashala. Now, when it so happened that when these people were going through the Beyblades, two boys from the Stony Hill High School also entered the shop. Now, these children were were valued customers of Mr. Kirtan. Why? Because they were rich, and every now and then these children used to come and buy toys from him, from his shop. So he used to be extra polite to these children and paid extra attention to them and was very nice to them. Now, as Gopala and Ananta and all, they were looking at those Beyblades, uh, the boy from the Stony Hill school, he picked up uh, the Beyblade. Now, they said, we have already taken that. But no, but it's in my hand. I picked it up first. So he said, Ananta said, no, but this boy said, Ananta and Gopala, the friends, they said, but you had put it away. Okay, there was a pile of toys, and he was this rich boy from the Stony Hill High School was going through those toys, and he was keeping the selected toys in one heap and the ones that he was rejecting in another heap. So from that heap, which the rejected toys heap, Ananta picked up that Beyblade. Now that boy did not like it. He said, don't pick it up. Don't take that. So he said, but you have rejected it. And Ananta wanted that Beyblade. It was a shiny red Beyblade, and Ananta had wanted one just like that. So, but then he says, this boy is very rude. So he says, please try to explain it to him. I don't know the local language. So Gopala says, I can understand English. Okay, so this boy says, okay, if you can understand English, then you don't have to touch that. These people feel very bad. Now, because these boys, they could have any number of toys or any toy that they wanted, but this whole group had come to buy just one toy. So Mr. Kirtan, he tries to intervene. Okay, Mr. Kirtan says, okay, fine, you can buy something else. He said, no, I want that one only. Okay, now this boy has become adamant. Who? The boy from the Stony Hill High School. Now, he says, tell these rogues to go somewhere else, buy something else. So Mr. Kirtan says, see, why don't you give it to them and I'll order one for you? He said, no, I want this one. You order for them. Now, Ananta and Gopala and the other friends, they could not wait. They had waited long enough to get this one toy. They could not wait any longer. So they said, no, we picked it first, so it belongs to us. Now, Mr. Kirtan was trying to have some peace in the shop. See, he did not want to offend the new customers. He did not want to offend the regular customers also. So Mr. Kirtan tries to say, okay, then I'll buy, a new, and order a new toy for one of you. Now, right at this moment, the Stony Hill boy says something very offensive, and Gopala cannot control his anger, and he gets into a fight. Okay, now these two boys are fighting. Just that moment, a little while before this, Mani sir had entered that shop, and Mani sir saw the whole thing, and he pulled the boys apart and he stopped the fight. So it was stopped before it could become worse. So what happened? The whole thing, was blown out of proportion, and this boy from Stony Hill High School reported it to his parents. Next day, Mani sir noticed that Gopala was not there in the class. So Mani sir asked his uh, a co-teacher, what happened? Why is he not there in the class? So he said he has been suspended for a week. Mani sir felt very bad. Why has he been suspended? Doesn't matter. Children fight, but then we have to forgive them and all. What happened? He said, I don't know. Now, then Mani sir goes to the headmaster's office. He discusses it, and he takes a leave from to go from the school, and he goes to and takes directions from Ananta, where is Gopala's house, and he goes to that place where they are staying. Now, here what happened, Mani sir saw the settlement that they were living in, and he felt that to call it a settlement was wrong, because that whole place was made of temporary tin shaded houses. Okay, and they were not permanent constructions. So Mani sir was wondering what has happened. Why are all the houses made this way? Then he reaches Gopala's house, and Gopala's mother is there, and he said, I am his teacher, and I have come from the school. So Gopala's mother she broke into tears. She said, what has he done now? He said, no, he hasn't done anything wrong. In fact, yesterday also, it wasn't his fault. And I was there all the time, and I have noticed that that boy had provoked Gopala. He said some very rude things to him, and that is why Gopala was provoked to hit him. So the mother says, then why was he suspended from school for 1 week? So Mani sir told her that that boy's parents are very rich and influential, and they were threatening to go to the police. And if the headmaster had not expelled Gopala for a week, that child, that child's parents would have gone to the police, and Gopala could have been in a bigger trouble. That is why, to save Gopala from a bigger trouble, we had to at least rusticate him for a week so that the matter would be solved. So his mother says, okay, but he says, our children will never laugh again. They were just beginning to settle down, and now our children will always be sad. Mani sir is moved by this. He feels very bad. He asks, see, I am new in this place, and I do not know what has happened here. So Gopala's mother tells him that we used to live happily in the old village, but then the government decided to build a dam, and the entire village is now covered by water, most of the part of the village, and we were moved from there, and we are living here now. So the children are very sad. The school is gone, the house is gone, and the place where they used to play, the trees they used to climb, they're all gone. And we are given this barren place now, and we are living under these hot tin sheets. So this is why the children are sad. And after this incident, they will never be happy again. Mani sir is saddened to hear this, and he says, I want to meet Gopala. Where is he? So she says that, he was crying the whole of last evening after his father hit him. Mani sir feels all the more bad for the child that, after all this, hurt and insult and humiliation that the child has gone through, his father also did not understand his problem, and his father had hit him. So Mani sir says, where is he? So she says, Gopala's mother says that Mani is not there in the house. He has gone. He must be there near the river. So Mani sir says, okay. And then he took his bicycle and rode towards the riverbank. So he saw Mani sitting quietly and staring at a stump of a tree. The tree which is, not no more there, but just the stump is there. So Mani sir goes and sits next to Gopala. And Mani sir tells him, which tree was that? Because see, Mani sir is very observant and he is a good person. So he notices that Gopala is looking at that stump, whatever remained of that tree, with sad eyes. So Mani sir asks him, which tree was that? And Gopala answers, tamarind tree. You know how tamarind tree is, one of the most favorite trees, the mango tree, the tamarind tree, the guava tree, one of the most favorite trees in all the village stories that I have read. So he says, Mani sir tells him that, where I come from, my favorite tree was also cut down. It's no more there. And I saw it for the last time I saw it there. It was last year. It was my favorite guava tree. So Gopala looks at him, and then Mani sir says, what is the best thing that you can do now? And Mani sir looks at the water, the huge span of water that is there before them, and looks at Gopala again. Now Gopala gets a hint what Mani sir is trying to tell him. So Gopala takes off his shirt and runs towards the water and starts swimming to the tree. He has a small stone in his hands, and with that stone he scribbles on the tree, the stump of that tree. He scribbles, Gopala had once climbed this tree. Okay, and then Gopala comes back to Mani sir. And as he is coming back to Mani sir saw that there was a twinkle of happiness in Gopala's eyes once again. Okay, so this is the end of the story. And I want to know what you think happened after this. So I will unmute you if you raise your hand and tell me what do you think will happen after this? Yes, Charvi.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, beta.
Ma'am, I think that...
Just tell me, Charvi, did you like the story?
Yes, ma'am, it was very nice, but I wanted to, I thought that it would be more, but as you said that it is a short story.
It ends here. Now, there is a reason why the author has ended the story here. It is for us to, analyze and guess, and that is a very, very nice thing to do, that we can, take the story ahead. Okay, and we can also be a part of the writing team, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can be Aditi Rao's partner here, and we can say, like, what happens next according to you? What do you think? In short, tell me.
Ma'am, I think that Mani sir will always help him in his studies. Like, he is suspended for a week, so I think Mani sir will come to his home and his friends will help him to get through his books and get through all the things which have been done in the school. And I think that one day a high school child will also understand that he was wrong. Like, whatever he did was not good.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Charvi.
Because
Okay, sorry, you have more to say. Okay, fine. हाँ, continue beta.
Ma'am, I think that one day every person realizes her or his mistake. So I think he will also say sorry to him and will be friends with that. Will befriend the guy. That
Okay. Okay.
forgot the name.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yes, ma'am.
Charlie.
Only
Good
this.
answer. Yes, Shubham.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, beta. What do you
Yes, ma'am.
think, Shubham? Gopala's life is going to be from now on, or is there going to be a change? What kind of change? I want you to focus on Gopala.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, Gopala has now ma'am, after this, the last, where the story has ended,
Mhm.
Gopala will understand that it's important to be happy in every situation.
Yes.
Whatever the situation is, he needs to be happy.
Yes.
So, and Manisha, so Gopala will be happy and he'll just go and talk to that high school boy. I think that will
Okay.
go to the high school boy about the incident, and he'll try to means he'll try to like solve their problem there only.
Uh-huh.
And after that, Gopala will means he will understand that it is important to be happy.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Shubham. Yes, Harsh.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, beta.
Ma'am, according to my opinion, I think after some time, the boy of the high school will come and give that buy a Beyblade for him and give him as a gift. Then
Whom?
they will
Gopala.
become.
The Beyblade did not belong to Gopala, beta. It was Ananta's, Gopala's friend.
No, ma'am, he would give to Anant, and
Okay.
then I think they will talk to each other and become friends.
All right. Okay. Great.
And ma'am, and then Mani sir would help him in all the situations he would face afterwards.
Yes. Yes. Great. So, when Mani sir looked at Gopala and Gopala took the hint and went there, to take a swim in the water. If suppose you have to put this in words, what was the dialogue that happened? A very small, like two sentences for Mani sir and two sentences for Gopala. If you can just make a guess, if they had to put it into words, what would they say? And after that, Gopala would go and start swimming. What do you think Mani sir would say? What do you think Gopala would say before diving into the water? Yes, children. Yes, beta Jarvi.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think that Mani sir will say that you should refresh your mood and you should forget what these stuff had happened and you should take a dip in water. And Gopala will say, yes, you are right.
Good. Okay. So, children, thank you, Charvi. What is it? See, Mani sir did not ask Gopala anything. Mani sir did not talk about the incident. What is it that Mani sir did to get Gopala's attention and his trust? What did Mani sir do? Yes, Shubham?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Mani sir wanted Gopala to go and take a dip in the water. So he just looked at the river. So the Gopala got the idea that what Mani sir wanted him to do.
That made Gopala trust him.
And to make
What
him,
is it, Shubham, that made Gopala trust Mani sir? See, Mani sir has not said a word, anything, about the incident, or he hasn't referred to anything else. He only talked about, I told you what he's talked about. So what is it that helped Gopala to listen to Mani sir, to obey him, and to put his faith? Why do you obey people? Sometimes you obey them just because you have to. Sometimes you obey the teacher because you have trust in what the teacher tells you, or you have trust in what the parent tells you, and that is why you want to do it, isn't it? So what is it that made Gopala trust Mani sir? What was it?
ma'am, I think it was last day. He had a fight with that boy, and Mani sir had stopped him. So, and after that incident, Mani sir came to meet him. Even he was suspended in his house. So he got trust.
All right.
Means
Fine, Shubham. Drishti? Yes, beta. Yes, Drishti. Drishti, the volume is very low, beta. I cannot hear you. Drishti, I cannot hear you, beta. Okay, I'll move on to Kavyansh. Yes, Kavyansh.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I think that the Gopala has trusted Mani sir because in this suspension period, no one teacher has come to Gopala, but the Mani sir has come to Gopala to help him and tell the reason why. And tell the reason why he is suspended, because their parents, that higher secondary school parents.
But Kavyansh, Gopala, Mani sir did not speak to Gopala about the fight, or he did not give him a reason. Nothing. He did not talk anything. He did not say anything about the incident or the reason why he had to be expelled from school. What else happened?
Ma'am, I think Gopala is means listening when Mani sir is saying to his mother.
No, they were far away. He was near the river and Mani sir was in the house. Okay, Arpit, I think. Thank you, Kavyansh. Arpit? Ha, beta. Arpit, you can give the answer, beta. Okay, Jigyasa. Wait. Arpit, I had unmuted you, beta, but somehow I feel there is some problem. I cannot hear you. Shriman, yes, Shriman is speaking for the first time today. Let's hear him. Yes, Shriman, I've unmuted you. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, I think Mani sir came to Gopala's home, and Mani sir satisfied him, and Gopala was hit by his father also, so he was feeling very bad, and no one was there to calm him down and satisfy him. But Manish sir was the only guy who came to him and made him feel better. That is why Gopala trusted Manish sir.
Very good. Now I'll just add to the answers, children, that you've given. You've given very good answers. You know, Mani sir did not mention the fight. Mani sir did not directly say that I'm feeling bad for you. I understand. Mani sir did only one thing. Mani sir talked about the tree. You know what was the thorn in the child's heart? That was the tree which is in the middle of the river. Now he cannot climb the tree and play around the tree like he used to earlier. So the child is missing he is not feeling so bad about the things that have happened with him at present. That is just to vent out his anger and frustration at what has happened, and he is feeling helpless. The child can do nothing. While all these things are happening, there comes one person who understands exactly where the problem lies. The problem doesn't lie in being, humiliated by that boy, or the fight, or the expelling from the school, or the hitting by his father. The problem lies that the child cannot get over, he cannot express his anxiety over being uprooted from that place that he loved so much and being made to live in a new place which is not looking like a home to him. If suppose, we were to be moved from this place and be given a tent to live in and see the family is there, so be happy, at least the family is there, we still would be feeling so bad. Right now, look at us. Okay, we sometimes get so frustrated, we lose our tempers. There are so many things that we used to do earlier that we were used to doing, and we cannot. We are still there in our same house, the same facilities, still we feel so bad. Okay, now imagine this child who was taken from his house, his school, and put somewhere else, and he did not want that to happen. So you can imagine the child's frustration, and now there comes somebody who looks him in the eye and who tells him that which tree was that, and he tells it's a tamarind tree. That is something, that's the kind of conversation this child wants to have. To just see that, there is someone who knows how he's feeling, who's empathizing. So Mani sir tells him, I also had a favorite guava tree and it was cut down. It's not there anymore. So Gopala relates to him immediately. Gopala understands, all right. So he has also gone through the same situation, so he will understand. See, what you say is, I cannot share my problem with you because you will not understand. Our biggest fear is that people will not understand what I want to say. Now, by talking about a tree and by bringing in his own tree which was cut down, Gopala, Mani sir has struck a chord with Gopala, and Gopala immediately understands that yes, this is the person, maybe a teacher, maybe an adult, not my friend or not my classmate, but yes, he understands, he knows what is eating me, right? And then Mani sir tells him one thing, what in the sign language, what I would do if I were in your place. So what Mani sir had told him that, there is this big span of water before you. So what if you can't run around the tree and play? You can swim. So it's like, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. No, it's an idiom. What it means is that you make the most of what life gives you. Enjoy in that. Okay. So when there was no water, dry land, trees, you used to play. Now have fun and frolic in the water. You can swim. Go swim in that water. Right. Now, how I'm answering the questions, children, that I had asked you. I'm adding on to what you had answered. They were fantastic answers. There were a few points missing. I'm adding those. Now, another thing that he says is, now what happens after this is, this one bright, ray of sunshine, that is Gopala, this is going to, happiness is infectious. Gopala is going to, make the whole gang start taking dips in this water, and they are going to get bounced back to normal very soon with the help of one adult who could understand the problem and empathize. Okay, so this was the gist of the story. This is what I wanted to share with you, and this is not a random story that I was telling you. This story is from children, it's from your literature reader, and this is for your activity only. Now this story, we will only read and understand the story, no doing the question answers. We will not do, we can do the question answers later on as a reading comprehension exercise. Apart from that, there will be no questions, direct questions from the story. There will be no RTCs from this story. That is what we mean by activity lesson. We will not be doing the story in detail, like how we have done the gift of the Magi and where the mind is without fear. Okay, we will only be doing it in the form of an activity. And what is the activity based on this story? The activity is making of Thanksgiving cards. Now discuss the character of Gopala in the story. The river came home and his emotional turmoil. See, I have discussed the emotional turmoil. Now what you have to do is, if you have gone through any such experience and might have been timely guided and counseled by someone, prepare a Thanksgiving card for any of those persons who has shown you the right path. So whenever you're free, you can make an activity card. And one of these days, we are going to, show our thank you cards to each other. It may not be for, one of us. It may be to anyone, somebody in your previous school, a teacher who used to teach you previously, your grandparents, your parents, anyone. But make a nice thank you card, and we'll see how you go ahead with this activity. So with this, we come to the end of today's class. It was nice interacting with you, children. Hope you all also enjoyed the story, and hope you'll have a good time doing this activity as well. Thank you so much, children. Bye-bye.